Some places have beautiful landscapes, that's a given. But then there are these other places that seem to do something more. They almost seem to orchestrate time itself. Well, today we're diving into one of those places, the Italian region of Apulia, where the start and end of every single day are turned into this absolutely unforgettable show. And that quote just hits the nail on the head, doesn't it? Visiting Apulia isn't really just about seeing the sights. It's about stepping into a rhythm where the day doesn't just happen to you, it feels like it's being revealed, piece by piece. And look, of course, Apulia has incredible food, amazing history, stunning architecture, all of that. But if you ask what truly, truly defines the soul of this region, it's this daily spectacle of light. It's constant. So let's get into it. To really understand why the light in Apulia is so special, you first have to look at its geography. Because in this case, geography really is destiny. Okay, so picture this. Apulia is this long, skinny peninsula, the heel of Italy's boot, right? It's basically this bright strip of land jutting out into the Mediterranean, and it's hugged by two different seas. You've got the Adriatic on the east and the Ionian to the southwest. This setup is the entire foundation for its daily light show. Now, this is what's so wild about its geography. It creates this incredibly rare opportunity. On the Adriatic coast, you can watch the sunrise right out of the sea. Then, on the same day, you can travel over to the Ionian coast and watch it sink back into the sea. And because the land is pretty flat, there's nothing to block your view. It just amplifies the light and makes the colors incredibly, incredibly intense. All right, let's start the day there. Let's see how this all unfolds. Because dawn on the Adriatic coast, it's not some sudden blast of light. It's this quiet, almost sacred kind of event. The source material we're looking at uses this phrase liturgical solemnity, and honestly, it is perfect. The light doesn't just burst onto the scene. It sort of eases its way in, layer by layer, pushing back the darkness. It feels like this quiet, reverent ceremony to start the day. So if you're in a town like Altrinto, which is one of the first places in all of Italy to see the sun, what you get is this amazing crystalline clarity. The water turns into this mirror of pale rose and molten gold, and it just bathes all the ancient stone walls in this soft, otherworldly glow. And this image just nails that feeling of stillness. In harbors like this one in Monopoly, the water is so calm that the fishing boats just look like they're brushstrokes suspended against a pastel sky. It's a moment of just total serenity right before the world really wakes up. Okay, so if dawn is this quiet, thoughtful, almost spiritual moment, sunset is the complete opposite. It is a full-blown, dramatic, operatic performance where the entire sky just feels like it's been set on fire. It is pure theater. I mean, look at this. As the sun goes down, it just ignites the sky. You get these unbelievable layers of amber and crimson and deep violet, each one just melting into the next. It looks like a painting. And the light itself, it becomes thick, almost tangible, like you could reach out and touch it. In cliffside towns like Puglia, the whitewashed houses seem to catch the light and just glow from within, set against the deep blue of the sea. And it's not just the sky putting on a show. The whole landscape gets in on the act. The limestone cliffs, the harbors, the stones of the cathedrals, everything absorbs and reflects all of these changing fiery colors. So here's the really crucial thing to get. This isn't just happening in one perfect spot. The entire coastline acts like one long, continuous theater. In Trani, you'll see the cathedral turn from plain stone into this rich honey color. In Polignano a Mare, the cliffs create this wild contrast against the sky. Over on the Ionian side, in Gallipoli, the sun just descends with this slow, lazy grace. It's a daily performance with literally countless stages. But look, if we only talk about what these moments look like, we're totally missing the point. It's so much more than just a view. It's a full sensory experience. It engages everything. And this quote just captures that feeling perfectly. You stop being a tourist just looking at something pretty. You actually feel like you become part of the scene itself. Time just slows down. It's a complete immersion, You can smell the salt and the wild herbs in the air. You can hear the gentle sound of the waves lapping against the stone. And then there's this amazing thing that happens, this shared, unspoken moment where everyone, locals and visitors alike, just stops what they're doing and turns to watch. It's a collective breath. And what's wild is that when you're there for a few days, this daily event stops being a highlight of your trip. It actually becomes a rhythm that you start to live by. You find yourself just willingly giving in to this schedule. You start waking up a little earlier because you don't want to miss the first light. You linger a little longer in the evenings to watch the last colors fade away. It makes you more attentive, more present. And I think that's the big idea to walk away with here. Apulia offers something really elemental. It's this daily revelation that invites you to do more than just be a tourist. It invites you into a state of real contemplation. And it makes you wonder, what if the most profound gift a destination can offer isn't something you can take a picture of, but a rhythm you can fall into?